everybody, welcome back to house number 10 part 2. So hopefully today we can get around to the back side of the house. No promises, but I am hoping that we can, because we do have quite a bit more to get done. So one thing I do want to start off with doing is up here with these windows, with the curved window and the side window here. What I want to do is actually, let's lower this down by 1. Okay, just like this. Now also with the curved window, just with the curved window alone, I want you to get rid of this next block and replace it with a pillar court blocks. So it should go right here. And this should make everything else even. Oh, excuse me guys. And voila. Now it looks kind of weird now, but once we're actually done getting all that together, it will look a little bit better. So next what we're going to do is we're going to start over on the left side of the house using our brick again. Again, brick is our main material for this house. You can also use sandstone if you want. Sandstone is a great alternative to this house as well. But I do think brick kind of gives it like that older look, you know? Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to come diagonal to the front from this left side window here. And we're just going to stack it up about to the same height as these windows here, okay? Now what we're going to do is it's only going to come out one block. And we're going to turn it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go at 10. Now again, we're going to fine tune this a little bit later on, but we should be fine for now. And just like some of the other windows, it's going to be one block above the actual floor of the house. Let me take some, let's actually just sleep real quick. I didn't realize it was that close to nighttime when I started recording. And okay. So, how about we get started with the window? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our glass and we're going to have one right next to this brick, one block behind it. And we're going to stack it up 4 blocks. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're going to have another block right next to this, another pillar. That's going to be 4 blocks as well. Let's see. Then we're going to have another one next to it that goes up 1 block higher. Just like that. And again, we're going to have, how long is this window actually going to be? I think this window is going to be 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically we're just going to do the exact same thing. So 2, 3, 4, 4, there we go. And then we just connect this one up here together. So it should look something just like this. Again, it does not look like much, but we will kind of fix that. So instead of using another brick fence, we will be using cobblestone walls for this. And what we're going to do is, let's actually start off with actually completing the window first. So I want you to take out your brick stairs, and right here where we have this gap above the windows on the side, we're gonna have it just have upside down stairs looking just like this, coming all the way across. Now make sure you don't cover up these 2 windows here in the front. For that, what you're gonna do is we're gonna put brick on top of these stairs we just added. Now we're gonna add 2 stairs that kind of connect to each other like that. And what that kind of does, it kind of just connects it together. And then we add 2 more things of windows behind it to kind of finish it off. So voila, just like that. And then let's take out our brick, and to finish off our window, just put your brick on the other side of the left side window. And voila, here is one of our main windows. So I did mention we will need cobblestone walls. You will need the cobblestone walls because what you're going to do is come 1 block away from each, basically like on your second block of window. Basically put your cobblestone walls here, and what that kind of does, it kind of finishes it off. It adds a little bit more detail to it, you know, without adding, you know, without compromising too much as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now is taking out your brick, we're going to count back. Let's see, let's start here. So does this count as our do we want to count this as our first block? We will. Let's count over 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should have a window here. So after the second block, we're gonna have a window here. Okay. Then we're gonna have another 2 block gap. And then we're gonna have a 3 wide window. So I will count this out. I am looking off some pictures because I am actually getting this idea from a server I play on. So I'm actually looking off pictures myself. So that's kind of why I had to kind of think about it for a second. And so we have the 3 block window, then 2. I will kind of go over how much we will use here in a minute. I'm just trying to figure it out for myself real quick. So 3, 2, then 1, 2. Okay, so basically we need to come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks, not including this corner block here. Now, this part is kind of, you know, if you want to do this or not. So, what we can do is we can take out some just plain stone. And what this can do is we can use stone for like our bottom 2 blocks of the house. So, just like this. And what this can kind of do, this can kind of add a little bit more design to it. So, as you can see, we can kind of just add it here. And basically, we can just do this going all the way around the house. But you will see some of this kind of disappear once we get to some of the front of the house when we kind of get into the decorative phases of it, because some of this will kind of not be visible from the front or from the sides at all either. And basically, like I said, we can just kind of do this with every side of the house. And again, it just kind of adds a extra detail without having too much brick, because that's one thing about brick is with brick, it is so red that you can have, you know, too much of it, and this kind of helps get away from some of it and adds more, you know, color to it. Which again, it kind of looks weird now, but again, we just, trust me, I think it will look better when we're done. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want you to take out your brick and come back over to your left side of the house. And your brick is going to go 2 blocks up from your stone that we just added. And we're going to have our brick come all the way back 2 blocks up. Now we are going to have one more window right here. So the way this is going to work, take your glass and just add one more pillar of glass there. And voila, now we have another window, and now we can just kind of cover this up. And what we're going to do is just make the rest of this a solid brick wall. And we can always add more windows in here if we want, but I don't think we will because it should be fine. Because usually sides of houses don't really have that many windows. It's more just for like, you know, decoration, stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. One thing we could do is if we take our stone back out, let's come back to our left side where we have this wall. If we come 1 block in front, we can add a small little fireplace here. And we can just stack this all the way up to about the same height as everything else, if not taller, because it will be a fireplace. Again, we will kind of fine tune it later on. And then take back out your stone, come diagonal to the left side of the fireplace, and stack over 3. So 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is kind of stack this up about the same height as the side windows here, these smaller ones, just like that. Oh, I made this one too small. So we're looking good. Okay. And basically what we're going to do is this is going to be a solid wall as well, so kind of just stack this up. Now you might be wondering, why didn't we stack this side up right here? Why didn't we stack this all the way up like we did with everything else? Well, because this isn't going to be part of a 2-story house. This will actually kind of just be a 1-story part of the house. So now let's come back to the front of the house, okay? So what we're going to do is we're back over to the right where we have this, you know, weird looking, or not weird looking, but bay window. I'm just going to call it that for now. And what we're going to do, we're going to come out with our stone, and we're going to come, basically, we're making another window like this. But basically, yeah, we're basically, I think, exactly making that window again. And we are. So, how about we just make that exact same window again? So, stack it all the way up, just like this. So, it should be only 3 wide. Come all the way back down. Make everything even, just like what we have been doing. So, boom, upside down stair here and here. With also adding our cobblestone slabs underneath, just like this. And voila. Now, one thing you might notice is we didn't really add any slabs or anything on these windows over here. That's mainly because we don't really have to. We don't have the space for it like we do with all of these. So that's kind of why I just kind of want to describe that to you. So next what we're going to do is I want you to stack this back up 2 wide. So it should look something like this when we stack it up. So now this window is 2 wide. Now we're going to come diagonal to the right now, and this is where we're going to start working on our garage area. Okay, so what we're going to do is take your stone, and we're going to have it to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just like that, okay. And give me just a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is stack up your stone 2 blocks tall like what we've been doing, and then have a layer of brick on top of that stone. But now this one, we're not going to stack it up, or do we want to? Again, I kind of have to look through some pictures here to see, you know, how it looks. Let's stack it up too, and let's see how it looks when we're all done. So I think that should be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to have basically pillars on both sides being 2 wide in this wall. So just like this. And then we're going to have basically just a wall of 3 in the middle. So if you did make it 11 blocks wide, you should have 2 windows and then 3 blocks in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to stack this up 4 blocks. But the only thing that's going to be different about this window is we are going to be using glass panes for this. So this window is going to be stacked up 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and just kind of stack up your windows accordingly. And there we go. This will just be a solid wall here. We're not going to add a window unless we want to later on. So if you do want to use different materials for this house, you definitely can. These are, I just think, the best materials for this house. And because I feel like with the brick, this kind of design kind of feels like it would be in a older part of a neighborhood, but like a really nice part of an old neighborhood, you know? And that's kind of why I want to use, you know, this kind of material for it. Okay, so next what we're going to do is also take your brick and stack it up 1 more block above the glass panes here, but don't extend your glass panes up any higher. I want you to take out your cobblestone slabs and put your cobblestone slabs above, just like right on top of your glass panes here, just like that. And then stack up your bricks 1 more block, and this will be the final part. I want you to take out your brick stairs and just have the brick stairs come over and across. Now, as you can tell, we kind of have a small gap in between here. Don't worry about it. That is just fine for what we are going to be doing. So don't really worry about that too much. So I think we're looking pretty good so far. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we want to do. So let's sleep real quick since we're at nighttime again. How much time are we at? We're at 12 minutes, so we still have plenty of time. How is it not nighttime? The sun's down. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to touch on real quick before we... Wait, is the sun coming up? Wait, I'm confused. Which one's going down? Okay, the sun's going down, so... Okay, so for the garage, because we're basically at the garage area now, let's use... what would look good with it? I'm thinking maybe jungle wood planks might look pretty good for the garage. So, what we're going to do is we have our first pillar right here. This is going to be our first garage door. So, each garage door is going to be 5 blocks wide. So, we're going to come 1 block back, and we're going to count over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your stone, which I keep putting our stone away since we're using it more. I keep forgetting about it. And we're going to come out diagonal and kind of just do the same thing that we did here. Now, the actual garage door, because basically we want to have a stair right here on the 3rd block. Okay, so basically the garage door is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall. What we're going to do is have brick come all the way over and just come over and connect. We're going to add another stair here to kind of make it look like that, you know, shape. Give it that oval shape or curved shape. Take your jungle wood planks back out and just kind of stack everything up to match. And voila, now we have our first garage door made. But we're going to do the exact same thing again. So what I want you to do is basically we're going to make another garage door. So we're not going to add any more pillars. We're just going to keep them when we have here. So what we're going to do is just make another garage door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is going to be the exact same height and width. So it will be the exact same garage door. So I'm going to add my stone here on the side. This will be a 3-car garage as well, so hopefully you guys might like that feature as well. Boom, boom. So we're looking pretty good. So I do know it is kind of looking kind of plain, not having any windows or anything like that, which we could always add more design later on. But I do think for now we should be fine. Let's see. So, should we call it quits for this part? Because we got quite a bit done. And I'm not adding the 3rd garage yet because you will see why a little bit later on. Because we actually might do that 3rd garage last just to make sure we get everything correct. So basically for the rest of this wall here above the garage doors, we can kind of just make this into solid brick. So we can just stack it all the way up. So one thing you might notice is we haven't made any actual roof for the house yet, and that will actually be one of the very last things that we do, because the roof for this house can get I said that really weird. It can get really complicated if we don't do it correctly, so we might take that a little bit slower. And one last thing I want to do before we get done is come back over to the garage side. So kind of like what we did here with the front porch, right here with these diagonals, we're gonna do the exact same thing with the garage over here. So what we're gonna do is take your stone, stack it up 2, and basically stack it up 3 times, coming diagonal. So just like this. But then I want you to take your brick out, stack up your brick twice on this first one, and add a stair facing away from your garage door. And then basically have 1 piece of brick on the next one, and then basically have 2 bricks on this very last one to look just like that. There's a small feature that adds just a little bit more design to it, and there actually is a reason we are adding that, which you will see later on when we get to decorating the front yard. So bye bye guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys on the next part, and hopefully in the next part we can finish up making the outside of the house, and then the following part maybe we can get started on the roof and finish the roof, but you know, no guarantees until we actually get there. So bye bye guys, thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.